The average American places over 125 online orders each year. Each of these orders goes through an elaborate supply chain that includes hundreds of workers who do everything from picking and packing to shipping and delivering. But what if there was a hidden workforce behind all of this? A workforce so essential to our economy that without them, we would grind to a halt? Well, that's exactly what we're going to expose today. I'm going to show you how gig workers are the hidden workforce behind your online orders. And when their demands for fair treatment are met with resistance, how they're fighting back. Welcome to our channel. Imagine it's Black Friday. You've got your laptop ready to click that buy now, pay later button on a new TV. And in your mind, you've already pictured it in your house. It's the sleek centerpiece you'll be showing off to your friends and family. But have you ever thought about how long it will take for that TV to go from the seller's warehouse to your living room? How many workers will touch that box before it arrives at your doorstep? And how much will each person earn for their part in getting that box to you? In the US, a complex web of workers across multiple industries make it possible for you to get your hands on pretty much anything you want with just a few clicks of a button. Take that TV, for example. If it's being shipped from a warehouse in China, it first needs to be loaded onto a cargo ship where dock workers unload it from the factory and load it onto the ship. But the work doesn't stop there. Once the ship reaches the port, other workers need to unload the goods. And customs agents inspect the shipment to ensure there are no issues. Then it's on to a distribution center where workers receive the shipment and sort out any damaged items before putting the rest into their respective categories. At this point, the TV is ready to be shipped to the store or sent directly to your home. And depending on your choice, different workers will load up trucks to deliver the TVs to their various destinations. And finally, after sitting in a truck for hours, maybe days, the TV arrives at its final destination. It might seem like the work ends here, but it doesn't. If the TV is delivered to your home, someone has to bring it inside. Unpack it, set it up, make sure it works, and then take away the packaging. And if it was delivered to a store, sales associates need to unpack it, place it on the shelf, and when the time comes, carry it to the checkout and load it into your car. All of this work happens thanks to the efforts of millions of people, many of whom are paid minimum wage or even less. These workers are not just some faceless, nameless cogs in the machine. They're real people with families, dreams, and hopes for the future. They deserve to be treated with respect and dignity, not just by their employers, but by all of us. In fact, they deserve so much more than the bare minimum. They deserve a fair share of the profits they help generate, safe working conditions, and fair compensation for their hard work. They also deserve representation and the freedom to join together and bargain collectively for better wages and safer working conditions. After all, they are the backbone of our economy and the driving force behind the prosperity of corporations and the growth of our GDP. Without them, it would grind to a halt. But unfortunately, too often their voices are ignored. Their rights are violated, and their contributions are taken for granted. In an age where corporations are making record profits and the wealthy elite are getting richer than ever before, it's time to ask why these workers are still struggling to get by. Why are they forced to endure low wages, unsafe working conditions, and a lack of benefits when they are the ones who make our economy run? The answer is simple. It's because they are not valued. Their work is seen as disposable and easily replaced. And their humanity is reduced to a number on a spreadsheet. But they are not just numbers. They're real people with names, faces, and stories. Take, for example, those Amazon Flex drivers who spend hours on the road delivering packages in all kinds of weather, often without basic benefits like health insurance or paid sick leave. Or think of the Instacart shoppers who put themselves at risk during the pandemic. It's working in close quarters with customers who often don't wear masks while picking and delivering groceries. These are just a few examples of the gig workers who are risking their well-being every day so that we can get our orders in a timely manner. Many of these workers are trying to organize and demand better treatment, but they face fierce opposition from the companies they work for. These companies want to keep their workers as vulnerable and divided as possible so that they can continue to exploit their labor and maintain their massive profits. It's a sad state of affairs, but it's the reality of the situation. When workers try to stand up for their rights, they are often fired, blacklisted, or even arrested. For example, in 2018, a group of Amazon warehouse workers attempted to form a union but were met with retaliation from the company. Amazon shut down operations at the facility, fired multiple workers, and hired private investigators to spy on the workers and their families. Similarly, Instacart workers who signed a petition demanding hazard pay and other benefits during the pandemic were fired without cause. This kind of behavior is not only illegal, but morally reprehensible. We should be supporting these workers, not punishing them for trying to improve their working conditions. It's time for us to recognize the value of these workers and hold these companies accountable. We have the power to do it. Consumers have the power to boycott companies that mistreat workers and support businesses that treat their employees fairly. We also have the power to vote and elect leaders who will protect workers' rights and hold corporations accountable. It's not about politics, it's about doing what is right. These workers are the backbone of our economy. They deserve our respect and support, not our condemnation and punishment. Let's use our power to create a more just and equitable world for all of us. When workers are treated fairly, they are more likely to be productive and satisfied with their jobs. In turn, this leads to higher profits for companies and a stronger economy for everyone. So let's invest in our workers and reap the benefits. But we're not the only ones who benefit when workers are treated fairly. When workers are paid a living wage, they are able to take care of themselves and their families with dignity. They can afford basic necessities like food, housing, and education, which in turn makes them happier and healthier individuals. It's a win-win situation for both workers and businesses. So let us support legislation that protects workers' rights and ensures that they are paid a fair wage for their work. It's not just the right thing to do, it's also the smart thing to do. When workers are able to provide for their families with dignity, they are less likely to rely on public assistance programs, which in turn saves taxpayers money. Additionally, when workers are healthy and happy, they are less likely to take sick days or miss work, which reduces costs for businesses. As consumers, we have the power to make a difference. Let us use our purchasing power to support companies that treat their workers fairly and avoid companies that exploit their labor. Let us also contact our elected officials and urge them to support legislation that protects workers' rights and ensures that they are paid a fair wage. Together, we can create a more just and sustainable economy that works for everyone. It's time for us to recognize the value of workers and hold corporations accountable for their mistreatment. Workers are not just numbers on a spreadsheet. They are real people with names, faces, and stories. Let's honor their humanity and ensure that their voices are heard. Workers are the backbone of our economy. They deserve our respect and support, not our condemnation and punishment. When workers are treated fairly, everyone wins. Workers are happier and healthier, businesses thrive, and communities prosper. So let's invest in our workers and reap the benefits. It's not just the right thing to do, it's also the smart thing to do. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an upload. And feel free to join the conversation by leaving a comment below. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.